There is a mindset so sharp, so relentless, that the world calls it dangerous, not because it harms, but because it disrupts. It breaks patterns, it destroys excuses, it rewrites the rules. This is the mindset of those who refuse to bow to mediocrity, who walk through fear like it's smoke, who don't just survive the fire, they become it. A dangerous mindset isn't reckless, it's precise, focused, ruthless only toward limitation and mediocrity. It's the mindset that built empires from nothing, carved freedom from chains, and turned dreamers into history makers. This mindset doesn't ask for permission, it doesn't wait for the stars to align. It moves first, and the universe responds. Every man and woman who ever reshaped reality started with this one invisible weapon. Henry Ford had it when he looked at the horse and carriage and said, "There must be a better way." Edison had it when the world laughed at his 1,000 failures, unaware that each failure was a rung up the ladder to light itself. Oprah, Lincoln, Mandela, Carnegie, they all had it. Not money, not luck, but a dangerous mindset, one that refused to shrink. And the truth is, this mindset is not gifted. It is not born. It is built, forged in pain, tempered by failure, sharpened by vision. You don't inherit it. You fight for it. You wake up hungry for it, and you bleed to keep it. Most people live in cages with the doors wide open. They're trapped not by circumstance, but by thought, by false ceilings they've inherited, by stories they never questioned. "I'm not good enough. That's not realistic. It's too late for me." These are the lullabies of the average. But the dangerous mindset, it doesn't sleep to lullabies. It wakes up to war drums. It asks better questions. It doesn't ask, "What if I fail?" It asks, "What if I never try?" It doesn't wonder, "What will they think?" It declares, "They'll remember me." It doesn't fear the storm. It becomes the eye of it. Mindset is the soil of your destiny. Plant fear, you grow regret. Plant faith, you grow resilience. But plant danger, calculated, focused, principled danger, and you grow the kind of legacy that echoes past your lifetime. And yet, most never dare to think dangerously, because danger means change. It means shedding comfort. It means challenging the beliefs that built your entire life and being willing to burn them down if they were built on sand. But make no mistake, playing it safe is the most dangerous game of all. Safety is the slowest poison. It doesn't kill you fast. It drains your fire, drip by drip, year by year, until one day you wake up and realize the life you wanted died long before your body ever will. The dangerous mindset cannot coexist with victimhood. It doesn't say, "Why me?" It says, "Try me." It doesn't seek fair. It creates advantage. It doesn't wait for opportunity. It becomes opportunity. You want to change your life? You don't need 10 steps. You need one decision. To think in a way the world isn't ready for. That decision alone will start a revolution in your brain. Because the moment your thoughts become dangerous, everything else follows. Your words change. Your habits shift. Your standards rise. And soon, the world around you rearranges itself to match the new frequency you're radiating. This isn't motivation. This is alchemy. The real kind. The kind that transforms wounds into wisdom, failure into fuel, and thoughts into things. The kind of mindset that walks into a room and bends reality, not with arrogance, but with absolute certainty. So why do so many run from this power? Because it requires accountability, full responsibility. You can't hold this kind of mindset and still blame your past. You can't be dangerous and still entertain excuses. The minute you adopt this mindset, you become the author of everything, your wins and your wounds. That kind of ownership is rare, but it is the price of greatness. You must understand, you were not born to fit in. You were born to stand out like lightning against a gray sky. But you've been taught to dim your voltage, to shrink your voice, to sand down your edges so you don't scare the world. But here's the truth. The world needs to be shaken because comfort has made cowards of kings. Fear has silenced prophets, and normal has murdered more dreams than failure ever could. You want to lead? You want to build? You want to conquer? Then you must rewire your internal compass to stop pointing toward comfort and start pointing toward challenge. Because it is in the challenge where most break that the dangerous mindset begins to build. So when the storms come, and they will, you don't run, you don't flinch, you lean in. Because you've trained for the turbulence, because your mind has already been there 1,000 times before the world caught up. You don't fear chaos, you make order out of it. That's the power of internal dominance. Before you can ever lead armies, companies, movements, hell, even your own family, you must lead yourself. That's where the dangerous mindset starts. Inside, quiet, relentless, invisible to the naked eye but felt by everyone in your presence. And no, this is not about arrogance. It's about alignment. A dangerous mindset isn't loud. It doesn't need to scream. It walks into a room and the air shifts. People don't even know why, but they feel something different in your presence. That's because power never announces itself. It radiates. It's in your posture, your language, your decisions. It's in how you respond when things fall apart. It's in how you rise after you've been broken. And it's in the eyes. The dangerous mind sees what others miss, feels what others avoid, and moves when others freeze. But here's what they never tell you. You have to earn this power. It doesn't come from wishing, visualizing, or repeating feel-good mantras into the mirror. No, it comes from war, internal war. The kind where you sit in silence and confront every lie you've ever told yourself. I'm not ready, I'm too old, I come from nothing, they're smarter than me, they got lucky. Burn those lies, let them die, because the moment you kill your excuses is the moment you meet your real self, the one that's been buried under decades of programming, the one that's been screaming behind your fears. That version of you is dangerous. That version of you is divine. You don't need more time, you don't need another course, you don't need approval. You need to decide, right here, right now, that you will no longer walk this world like a watered-down version of who you could be. Every great revolution begins with a line in the sand. Draw yours. You were not born to chase success, you were born to attract it, not with charm, but with conviction, not with luck, but with energy. That's what the greats knew. Carnegie didn't wait for someone to give him a blueprint. He became the blueprint. Tesla didn't chase the market. He shaped it. These men weren't just thinkers. They were builders of impossible futures. Because dangerous minds don't just dream, they execute. They don't fear failure because they understand the universal law. You either win or you learn. And the ones who learn faster, they rise faster. That's why failure doesn't break the dangerous mind, it builds it. Every bruise is a badge, every scar, a signature. You've got to stop worshiping comfort. It's a false god. It will never give you what discomfort can. Comfort hands you pleasure. Discomfort hands you power. And if you're serious about rising in this world, you better get comfortable being uncomfortable. This is where the shift happens. When you look in the mirror and decide that nothing, no trauma, no background, no opinion will outvote your potential. That's when your mind becomes untouchable. Let them underestimate you. Let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Because while they sleep, you'll be working. While they scroll, you'll be studying. While they whine, you'll be winning. You see, the world has enough soft minds. It's overflowing with people who play it safe, follow trends, and wait for someone to show them the way. But you're not here for that. You're here to become the way. And yes, it will be lonely. That's the tax of transformation. Growth demands isolation. Don't fear it. Honor it. Because in that silence, your vision sharpens. Your voice strengthens. Your will hardens. This is where most people quit. Not because they're weak, but because they've never met the version of themselves who can walk through hell and still smile. That version lives in you. It's just been waiting for you to wake it up. You have no idea how powerful you could be. None. Your body is a machine built by evolution. Your brain, the most advanced tool on earth. Your spirit, eternal, infinite, connected to something bigger than you could imagine. But you trade all that away for what? Likes? Comfort? Approval? Distraction? You were born to build mountains, and you're playing in the dirt. The world doesn't change because someone wants it to. It changes when someone is crazy enough, dangerous enough, determined enough to refuse to leave it the same. So I ask you now, not as a motivator, not as a voice, but as the future version of you waiting to be born. How much longer will you wait to become who you were destined to be? You were not born to be a shadow in your own life. You were not made to exist in someone else's definition of possible. You were designed, down to your core, to create, to build, to break, to rebuild again, until the world mirrors the vision in your soul. But that takes danger. The danger of detaching from the herd, the danger of saying no to normal, the danger of sacrificing being liked for being legendary. And that, right there, is the decision that separates the few from the many. Most will never choose it. They'll trade their edge for acceptance. They'll settle for less just to stay safe. But safety has never made anyone immortal. You think Alexander the Great cared about comfort? You think Harriet Tubman asked permission? You think Muhammad Ali, Maya Angelou, Elon Musk, or Malcolm X sat around waiting for applause before they acted? No, they moved with divine defiance. They weren't fearless. They were masterful at using fear as fuel. A dangerous mindset doesn't eliminate fear. It makes fear irrelevant. It studies it, tames it, then turns it into momentum. And hear me, your greatness will offend people. Your discipline will expose their laziness. Your vision will intimidate their doubt. And your rise will be seen as rebellion. Let it shake them, let it awaken them. Let it burn away the false stories they told you and the limits they put on you. Because when you walk in dangerous alignment, the world either steps aside or gets run over. But don't confuse danger with recklessness. This mindset is rooted, it's disciplined, it's built on clarity, on purpose, on principles that do not bend with the breeze of public opinion. It's the mindset that makes you immune to distractions. You're not pulled by dopamine. You're driven by destiny. When others are chasing attention, you're cultivating intention. When they numb their minds, you sharpen yours. When they scroll, you study. When they sleep, you create. Because you understand that time is not just money, time is life. And every second you give away to things that don't matter is a second you robbed from the empire you were born to build. Listen closely. You are not broke. You are distracted. You are not weak. You are undisciplined. You are not unlucky. You are untrained. But all of that changes the moment you snap into dangerous clarity. The moment you stop asking, "What do I feel like doing today?" and start asking, "What must I do to become who I said I would be?" That's the dangerous mind. It doesn't chase pleasure. It chases standards. It doesn't ask the world to be easier. It becomes stronger. And it doesn't wait to feel motivated. It builds momentum, brick by brick, habit by habit, until the entire structure of its life screams purpose and progress. Let them label you obsessed, intense, too much. Because soon they'll call you successful. They'll call you visionary. They'll ask how you did it, and you'll smile quietly, because you know the same mindset that got you here is the one they refused to build when they had the chance. There is a cost to becoming dangerous. You will outgrow people. You will be misunderstood. You will lose things that once felt comfortable. But hear this, you will gain yourself. And in gaining yourself, you become unstoppable. You become a force, not just for money or status or fame, but for impact, for transformation, for truth. And the world doesn't need more influencers. It needs more forces, more souls on fire, more minds unchained. You've been playing small. You've been shrinking your light. You've been dialing down your volume to make others comfortable. No more. It's time to walk like your future depends on it, because it does. It's time to think so dangerously, so boldly, that even your past can't recognize you. It's time to burn the blueprint and build your own. Because the most dangerous man or woman in the room is not the loudest, not the richest, not the most followed. It's the one who refused to be controlled, not by fear, not by failure, not by history, not by the low expectations of others. It's the one who woke up and chose to rebuild their entire identity from the ground up, on truth, on fire, on focus. That is power. That is freedom. That is the dangerous mind.